Good evening, Rockets fans. Today we're going to be talking about Rockets versus the Jazz last night. Uh, we did a great job of taking care of business, beating them by a big margin, making sure that it wasn't a game by the fourth quarter. What I will say is that we need to have a better tendency of not shooting the basketball, playing more consistently against better talent, better competition. We have done a good job this year of beating the teams that we need to beat. We've dropped a few games that we'd like to have back. Always had some revenge games in order to make it up. I remember we dropped a game against the Jazz, this very team that we played earlier in the season, and we didn't put our best foot forward. But we did a good job of playing well and playing our best against some of the lower tier teams. Next year, one thing I'd like us to focus on is playing up to competition, if that's how a saying goes. Playing our best when we are playing the better teams in the NBA, circling those games on the calendar, things like that. Also, another thing that we need to work on is our free throw shooting as a team. We have to get a lot better at free throw shooting. If we could be top 5 in the NBA when it comes to making free throws and our percentage in regards to converting free throws, that will go a long way for us. Alperen Sengun, I'd like you to lead the pack. You are not finished with your free throws improvement. This year you were looking at 70% from the free throw line. I'm hoping that can get up to 80, 85 next year. 90 is the overall goal that we want to accomplish. But let's get right into the game. First quarter, I love to see when we are playing against competition that isn't to our standards, up to par with us. We're working on our game. We're working on the things that we can improve on. For the Amen Thompsons of the world, is working on your jump shot. Jabari Smith Jr. had a great example here, improving every night, working on your ball handling, creating your own shot off the dribble. So with this play, I definitely want to give him an emphasis and a shout out. But overall, I want to give a shout out to the Rockets. This game, we made a lot of winning plays. We weren't able to convert a lot of them, but I was seeing us make an effort. We had give and go plays. I saw one with Alperen Sengun and Amen Thompson that was converted at the rim. It's a great job. And we had Amen Thompson taking a page out of Fred VanVleet's book, knowing that Jabari Smith Jr. is really good when it comes to that trailing three-pointer. Him feeding him and taking that from Fred. That's coaching from Fred, and that's how you know Amen Thompson is a student of the game. So I love to see it. I love to see us working on our chemistry, growing as a unit. And again, player of the game is going to go to my guy Jabari Smith Jr. because 15 and 14, 15 points, 14 rebounds, and never stopped working on his game. Had a couple jab steps here, made the most out of all the minutes that he's gotten. Did not take it personally when he was taken to the bench, and understanding that you can still bring a lot to the team even though you are coming off the bench and you're no longer starting. So, got to give my guy credit. Hey, man, the chip on your shoulder only grows, and we need every minute, every ounce, every bit of effort that you have come the playoffs, man, because we're going to run deep. A lot of the rotations, they go down to 6, 7 deep, and it behooves us to play at a higher capacity or run a lot deeper as a team. So if we can go 8, 9, 10 deep, we can be good. I think if we have our second unit, definitely the Terror Twins. I know Amen Thompson is probably starting now, but the Terror Twins definitely need to get a lot of run. Jabari Smith Jr., Steven Adams needs to get a lot of run because we're going to be running that big man lineup. Aaron Holiday, maybe some nights, maybe not. And I want to say Cam Whitmore, but maybe Cam Whitmore next year may be his year. Keep working on your game, though, Cam. There's a lot of people in Houston that love to see your game, that would love to see you be the best player that you can be, and I'm one of them. So, Cam, don't think that we've forgotten about you. You got a lot to bring to this team. Got to get better on the defensive end. Got to get better at creating for others. That's all I can say to that. And in the fourth quarter, a big improvement that we can work on, y'all. When Alperen Sengun is getting doubled, we got to run to the ball. Full speed, run to the ball, be a relief valve for Alperen Sengun. Cut to the basket. I mean, make it an easy play for him. We can't just be stagnant, staying still around the arc, around the three-point line, and just waiting for him to make a play. It ended up being a travel in that possession, and it's honestly unacceptable. Playoffs are coming very quickly, and mistakes are magnified, and the best teams capitalize off of the opposite team's mistakes. So we got to do a better job of limiting the amount of mistakes that we have, and let's try to get as far as we can when the playoffs come around. Our next game is against OKC. They are no longer playing for any particular reason. They're just trying to stay healthy as possible. Maybe they're just trying to set a personal team record when it comes to with their regular season record. But let's go ahead and try to send a message, because our games are still important. Even though we've clinched the playoffs, these games are still important. We do not want to get to the point where we play the Nuggets in the last game of the season and we're in a slug fest with those guys. Not for positioning, so to speak, but we're just haven't confirmed. We haven't confirmed our second seeding in the playoffs, and then next thing you know, we're in a slugfest with the Denver Nuggets, who are fighting for their playoff positioning as well. And now we risk somebody getting hurt going into the playoffs, which is this year is one of the most important years since 2019. So again, let's try to make sure that we win all of these games so that the latter games don't mean as much. Peace, y'all.
I'm trying to famous, ooh, I'm trying to famous.